Hello everyone, my name's Eluketric, and I thought today we'd just chat about a little something that's been going on since the start of this year. As you guys might have seen, at the start of the year, it didn't end up too good when Logan Paul released a video of a dead body in the suicide forest. Now, this gained a lot of traction. 6 million people watched it before it was removed by Logan Paul. YouTube had some explaining to do as the video itself was put on the trending list for the entire world to see. After that video, Logan Paul had been off for quite some time, wasn't uploading videos. He apologized. In his second apology, it did seem like it actually hit him of what he actually did. Now, I'm talking about all this because just yesterday, Logan Paul came back and posted his first video. This video, it talked about suicide, what to do to try and prevent suicide, and also talked to a man that had been through an event in his life that caused him to try and commit suicide. I thought this video of Logan Paul coming back was indeed very good. I do not believe money can solve every issue, but it is a start, and it is him moving forward on the right path. There are many people out there needing help. Many people that look perfectly fine, but you never know. Mental health isn't something that you can see from the outside. People go through their entire life giving a smile to ensure no one knows what they're truly going through. It's definitely something that needs to be raised more awareness about. And watching this video made me think that what this guy was saying is definitely something that a lot of people should do. Recently, we've had a lot of females standing up for the Me Too movement. So this video that Logan Paul did to raise suicide awareness, this person that was on his video really hit me, because I too myself have been through that moment. I've been in the stages that had led me to try and take my own life. And here I try to be as open as possible. This channel is not purely about having fun while playing games. This channel is about me being honest to you, the viewers. You guys are my everything. You guys watching my videos, liking my videos, commenting on my videos. It really improves my life, not in a form of currency, but in a form of motivation to actually be able to try and do something with my life. All I want to do here on this channel is have fun playing games, make new friends, record videos, and make people smile at least once a day. If I can make 1 or 2 people smile every day, I consider myself a better person. I consider myself to be achieving at least the smallest thing with my life. What I'm going to talk about right now is something that I don't really talk about a lot. Something that only a lot of people very close to me actually know. And that is, I have tried to commit suicide. Now, there is a lot of people out there suffering. A lot of people for worse reasons than I could ever imagine. My life's not perfect, but it isn't as bad as someone else's. There is always someone out there struggling more than you are. There's always someone out there that is going through even bigger situations than all of us. Now, my situation started when I was 14. I had a lot of friends. I really did. I surrounded myself with friends. I was the joker. I was the nutcase. I was the dude that made everybody laugh. I loved having tons of friends. Throughout school, from as far as I can remember, I was always bullied about my hairstyles, my dress styles. I wasn't brought up with money. My family wasn't exactly rich. We weren't poor, but we could afford what was necessary for our lives. Food, shelter, being able to attend school. These were important. These are the things that mattered the most. And we could afford that, and that was all we had asked. So when I went to school and I was teased about my clothing, teased about my hairstyles, teased about my hygiene. It hurt, but they were just words. They weren't causing me any harm. But because of all these words and me not fighting against them, they fought back. I was bullied my entire school life. Pushed, shoved, punched, kicked. I've had my head slam against a wall too many times to remember. My school wasn't exactly fun. My school days tended to be trying to do all my work I could, trying to spend time with my friends, and heading straight home. On my recess breaks and my lunch breaks, I would always try to surround myself with more friends. I thought to myself, the more friends I have, the less chance a bully could even come up to me. My friends would always stick up for me. They were always there for me, as I was to them. But being in a low class with not much money caused us to have to move quite a lot. We lost one of the best houses I ever stayed at. I really loved that house. We had to leave it behind and move somewhere else. Now in doing so, I lost so many of my friends because we were no longer in the same area. We organised times where we could sleep over every now and then and go see each other. But it was never the same. You start to grow apart. You start making new friends. People move on. Now, any school I went to, any new school I went to, I always made sure I made new friends. There were people all the time that were always pushed aside and outcasts. And those would be the people that I would make friends with. We were the outcasts. We were the ones that no one wanted to play with. So we had each other. And that was great. That was great. I didn't care who they were. All I cared was that we were always there for each other. Going into high school, that was one of the scariest moments in my life. I was shocked, like electrocuted by people. I was stabbed. It was one of the worst nightmares I could ever go through. The bad thing about high school was I didn't know anyone. The first high school I went to, I had absolutely no friends. And there were no outcasts that I could actually make friends with. So I was all alone. At this time, because I was so scared of school, I started to skip school. But why attend something when I can't learn anything because I'm too busy being bullied and picked on? Soon after, I ended up changing schools again. I'd been to so many different houses, so many different schools. I could never stay in one place. It was a constant move. We were always having to leave the house. We were always having to change schools because we didn't have enough money to just get through with life. We couldn't keep that shelter above our head. My parents went through a tough time. They separated for quite a while. This also caused like a huge rift because at the same time that happened, my uncle had passed. He was the only one that I really connected with on such a deep level. I attended his funeral, and by that time I'd already been broken. I couldn't cry, I couldn't smile, I couldn't talk to anyone. That was the time that I thought, life just isn't worth living. I had no one. I had nothing, and everyone around me just started to leave. I'd continued my days, going to school, attending a new school, and of course I'd try to make new friends. I always tried to make new friends. I still talk to some of those friends that I made at that school. That was another rough time in my life. Because as soon as I hit teenaging like status, like 14, the world expected everything from you. You're expected to work, you're expected to study, you're expected to go out and socialize with everyone. Those were things that I couldn't do. I studied well, I got A grades, I was a perfect student, I tried my best at everything. I tried my best at making friends, I kept up with those friends. I was always there for those friends as they were for me. One day, I just felt so lonely. I felt even while I was surrounding myself with all these people, the world was expecting too much from me. The world was pushing me to the side and telling me that I was useless. I was worthless. And I won't accomplish anything with my life. I may have surrounded myself with so many friends, but deep inside I felt like I was standing there in a black room all by myself. No future, no past, nothing in between. And at that time was the time I tried to hang myself. At the time I lived in a caravan in my parents' backyard. As peaceful as it was, it just isolated me a lot more. But it was the perfect moment and the perfect place. No one's gonna find you there. No one's gonna look for me. So I did. I tied it up. I pushed the chair away. About a minute and a half after doing so, by some unseen force, the belt had snapped. The metal pieces had sprung off. I dropped on the floor, gasping for breath. That was the time I knew that it wasn't my time. But at the same time, I didn't want to keep living still. I got angry at the fact that I couldn't even kill myself. So a couple years went past and I'd thrown a party. This party was supposed to be a farewell party. I invited all my friends. We were underage and of course we somehow managed to get alcohol. I ran from rooftops. I jumped across walls. I attempted backflips. I drank so much alcohol. This was the night that I was going to finish it. But at this night, one person that wasn't even meant to be there, one person that rocked up at the party, no one even knew. That person saved my life. That night when I left my caravan with all of my friends inside sleeping and went into the backyard, I wasn't alone. He'd followed me. I sat down and I just looked at the stars. By this time it was around 4 in the morning, so there was rarely any stars. There was barely any stars left in that sky. But I could still see it. She came and she sat right next to me. And for some reason, I grabbed her hand. Like a plea for her not to leave. Because I knew that this would be my last day. She saved my life that day. This woman, this random stranger that no one knew, she would be the person that wanted me to keep living. She'd be the person that I wanted to keep living for. And I did. And I made her my wife. Now, I did have trouble a lot after that time. I continue to have trouble with depression, my anxiety. Social phobia has eaten my entire life. I'm too afraid to leave my front door. I still try to go out as often as I can for my family. I have 2 children that I live for. 2 children that I love so much. My wife, who I would do anything for. I walk out my front doors every day for them. I continue breathing today for them. Social anxiety, depression, it has hit my life very hard. I can't find a job. I continue to head to hospital every now and then for checkups as my heart is never in a very good condition. I may be stuck in this ditch, but there is a way out. And I've got people to help me get out. And I want to surround myself with more. This is why I do YouTube. This is my way to make new friends. This is my way to make a future where I'm not alone. You guys that keep commenting on my videos, keep liking my stuff. You guys motivate me so much to continue doing this. I love YouTube. It might have its downsides with everything that's going on, but as long as I'm here for the reason and purpose of making friends and finding new people to talk to, I know YouTube will be good for me. So this is my story. This is something I've been through. I say to anyone out there suffering with depression, anxiety, anyone ever thinking of suicidal thoughts, it's not the end. There are people out there. All you need is that one moment in your life. And I can tell you right now, it is worth living. I know we gotta go through so much dark stuff. So many things that we're gonna remember for the rest of our life that might haunt us. But it is worth it. Talk to someone. Tell people what you are going through. There is always someone listening. There is always a purpose for you being here. Stand up and tell your story. Grab what courage you can and share your story with the world. Because in the end, I know that I'll be here tomorrow. And I hope you will too.